We now return to Minecraft 1.7.10 featuring witchery and other things that aren't witchery. Today, we'll mostly be dealing with witchery, I think. Some more of this thermal expansion may be involved, but witchery is my intended focus. For one thing, we need to get more lava going. Or rather, more obsidian. And what I think I want to do to start making that happen is upgrade this machine. But also, if I remember right, and based on the state of my inventory, we were trying to crossbreed Dymalia. Well, our component plants aren't fully grown yet, so that can wait. I want to finish paving this over with blast-proof materials, which will require producing those materials. And another thing I want to do is create a labor camp. That's right, we're basically doing Power World again, because I'm planning to get into hobgoblins. Hobgoblins, if properly managed, can produce cobaldite, which is the only source of cobaldite. The cobaldite can then be traded with hobgoblins to create nuggets, and finally ingots. And the purpose of all of that is to make this pentacle. The pentacle goes on the witchering altar and increases its recharge speed, meaning we can make potions faster with less waiting. It's worth it. It's a whole lot of effort, but it turns out to be worth it in the end. The only disappointment is that that's basically all the cobaldite does. This twisting band is a head slot item, which we have better uses for head slot, and its primary function is better used on other players. The cobaldite pickaxe is given to hobgoblins so they mine cobaldite faster. It's not really necessary. And this is something you can use to attract the Kobold's union representatives. I mean their gods. And they have items that they drop that we don't need. And the other benefit is if you get the hobgoblins to worship a statue that you have bound to yourself, they can recharge your inbuilt magical energy, and you don't need to have a ritual to do that. Also, not something I'm particularly excited to have happen. It's not a big deal. So basically, we're creating a whole kobold labor camp just to get one altar item. Yeah, it's that important. So let's take this basic igneous extruder and get it upgraded so maybe we can make it work faster. That's going to involve an electrum gear, a signalum gear, and some other resources. And there is a fourth tier of upgrade, but I'm not making enderium until I have a much more steady supply of liquid ender. Because that's what it takes to make 4 enderium. A bucket of melted ender pearls. Until I have a stupid and wastable amount of ender pearls, we're not really bothering with that. Also, it seems I need to make more Invar. Running a little light on the Invar thing. Let's get some more of this hardened glass going. Invar is ferrous mixed with iron. And that ferrous, that Invar can be, it's coming. We don't need it immediately. Look at all this glass we've made. With more to come. We can also use some more gold. Some way of producing more gold is definitely necessary. Because a required component of dealing with all these kobolds is the fact that they require gold for most of their smelting services. Anyway, there's our upgraded igneous extruder. Can I upgrade this tank too to make it larger? Yes, I can reinforce it with 4 more glass. Then it'll hold more lava, and we can stuff lava into it faster. Oh no, don't do that. Well, now I've got to put more lava in here directly again. Which we should have. Oh yeah, filled up on lava. Problem is, we've got to hand bucket it again. Oh, and it's on cobblestone again. Okay. Now we're making obsidian, pulling the water from the tank. I accidentally connected the water pipes again. This tank has more capacity. Its internal tank has more capacity. Ah, good. We've emptied out this tank of water. So we can reconnect the extruder to the water line. That'll fill up its water tank. And I can stuff more lava in the reserve tank. It accepts more than 2 cans of lava. I think this thing needs an output. Storage drawer out. output to the left. Bingo. Now it'll keep on cranking out obsidian and will not stop, as long as there is lava to be processed. Now I've got more hardened glass to bring downstairs. Oh yeah, and I want more nether brick too, which we don't yet have. That is the wrong level. Or is it? Because at this level, with these plants fully grown, I can attempt the Dymalia crossbreed and get these 4 crops further developed. And speaking of crop development, I did go back and watch my video from yesterday, and I figured out what happened to my cactus. What happened was, I scanned my seeds out of order. So I had 1 crop in these 3 slots, the cactus in the next 3 slots, and then I went, hey, I have plants in the way down here, because I usually sort my seeds top to bottom. So let me scan one of these and put it over here, and I put it after the cactus, which made me assume that the cactus in the middle was already scanned and junk. So I destroyed them. Oops. And that's why our current cactus have been reset to less than 5. But no matter. We got our cactuses back by crossbreeding a fresh batch. We have obsidian being made downstairs, and we just need this to create the diamond plant that I know it can. While we're waiting on that, why not come over here and play around with my funky harvesting potion that makes me bounce up in the air for some reason. There it is, harvest planting frogstone. It still makes me bounce. And I'm not convinced any of these dropped extras. I should really be using the fortune tool or something. That's okay. Once we get the Mindrake plot full, then we'll start seeing a profit on Mindrakes. Until then, I guess we just keep doing what we're doing. Which at the moment is just waiting for some plants to sprout. Not exactly the most exciting part of the stream, I know. But it is, as always, in service to improving our resource throughput. And the faster we can gain resources, the less often we have to go out and find them. It would be much easier to watch these plants sprout if I hadn't covered the intermediary plots with wormwood. But, again, where the heck else was I going to plant the wormwood? I could use splash potions of fertilizer over here, but we have that problem where the splash area is way too big and it grows a ton of grass. Maybe I could give... Well, if I give this a stone floor border, that's just a big waste of space. Maybe I'll just put up with it. How do I not have enough crop sticks to be the weed police right now? I know there's more. I made tons. That doesn't seem like enough either. But that is apparently where we are. The second row is mostly sprouted. We're just waiting on this pink tulip. The Dimalia still aren't. And this is ready. That's not. Progress is happening. Maybe I will throw one of the fertilizer potions. It'll give me something to do. Yep. Grass everywhere. Alright, this second row is all ready. First row still giving me trouble. Diamalia. That's what I was waiting on. We no longer need these ores to be here. They need to be diamond ores now. Keep the Diamalia. These spares can go. Store what needs to be stored, which was the crop products. Take the 2 diamond ore here and scan the Diamalia seed. Four, 3, 4. Not particularly impressive, but it's only getting started. I need 2 dirt. I accidentally put the dirt away. Whoa! Didn't expect us to trip into that. Alright, we delicate dig bolt. Diamond ore. Do it again. Diamond ore. Dirt. Till. Weed. And Diamalia ready to go. We're still watching for weeds, but we're also destroying all this grass. And the grass has to go, because if I throw my harvest and planting potion in here, then it'll break all the grass, get various kinds of seeds from the grass, and plant all kinds of seeds I don't want in my nice, clean Mindrake farm. So all the grass has to go. There we go. Mindrake farm ready for another grenade. Still waiting on one more sprout. Oh, that's what's happening. The brew of pull, the pull component of our brew of Frogstone and whatnot, doesn't just pull items, it also pulls entities. I'm an entity. So that's why it's causing me to jump up in the air. It's pulling me to the potion's target location. Unexpected, but not actually a problem. Just a little strange. Well, I say not unexpected, but clearly I didn't expect it. So, unexpected is not the correct word. The correct word is more like not unusual. Now, what do we have for netherrack? 19 stacks? Let me make a stack of nether bricks in our speed-boosted furnace. I could also go to the nether and just collect some, which could be a good idea. But we also need to do something to the effect of that labor camp I mentioned. I don't know... No, I do know where I want to put that. That needs to go upstairs, on the surface. So here's what we're gonna do. We need birchwood. Lots of birchwood. And I do mean lots of birchwood. The good news is we are overflowing on birchwood thanks to our automatic tree farm. This birchwood needs to take the form of slabs, full blocks, mostly slabs though. And I want to say fence posts, but also not really. I mean, can I save on wood by going fence posts? Oh. That's the modern way to make fence posts. This is the current way to make fence posts. No, fence posts do not save on wood. Not really. So we need to do two things. First of all, I need to build an artificial house. I say artificial house like how houses are naturally occurring. I need basically a kind of containment unit for these kobolds. And I think the place to put that is right here, next to the existing animal pen. Right over the menagerie where it's loud and they can be tormented by all the noise. Works for me. I can't count. A 5x5 space is made by cutting 5 once and then 4 after that. Not by counting 5 every time. There, that's 5x5. This place will have a wooden floor. Also gonna need cobblestone. What I'm building is a containment unit and breeder for villagers. Hobgoblins are basically villagers. Not exactly the same, but in a lot of ways close enough. And we can even reuse some of our slabs here. The purpose of the slabs is for the same reason those slabs are used, to prevent the place from catching fire. Throughout this segment, the noise of the menagerie downstairs will be maddening. There's very little I can do about that. Well, I suppose I could put on earmuffs, but then the entire game would be totally silent. And is that really better? We will learn. We will learn by the time we're done building this whether or not that would have been better. Apart from being good, you may recognize the style of this building from our Intangible series. This is really all it is. This is the whole place. Next step is some interior ladders so I can get in and out. A hatch. I say hatch, but it's called a trapdoor. Three ladders should be, well, 3 ladders will just not quite be sufficient. And then we need doors. Just a positively stupid amount of perfectly ordinary doors. which, again, is nothing we haven't done before. Oh, doors stacked to 8. Interesting. Not a super useful thing to know right now, but interesting. Hobgoblins, who I will loosely refer to as friends, will be living inside this completely enclosed wooden box. The height of luxury apartments. With state-of-the-art interior lighting. That's it. That's the lighting. Trapdoor can't go on without a side block to attach it to. And the last thing we do is we place stone all around. That's our entrance. It's usable. Ugly but serviceable, keeping with our basically design philosophy. And we plate the whole roof in stone so lightning can't catch it on fire. Next up, the doors. I need 3 more doors. The way this works is that this forms an artificial village. On one side of the door, we have to have an interior space where there are blocks that can't see the sky. On the outside of the door, we have to have an exterior space where there are blocks that can see the sky. That's how a village defines houses. Every door that qualifies is considered another house, even and especially if it very obviously isn't a house. But these are ultimately irrelevant details. No one but Minecraft really cares if the house is actually a house. It is house-shaped. It is house-oid, and that is all that matters. got a stack of nether bricks. And we can resume glass plating our floor in the circle magic room to be blast resistant and at least a little bit aesthetically interesting. That's why I can't jump. Duh. I decided to attempt jumping in the one place it wasn't legal. One more on this side to make it even. There's one corner block that isn't glassed. Seems fair to me. And now we get to do it all again. This will be faster, actually, if I charge the pickaxe, because we are carving 2 blocks down. Oops. That was not intended. Oh well. You mourn the loss of a single glass block, well, of 2 glass blocks. Shattered by pickaxe and not gently removed by wrench. A minor but significant error. Such is the cost of trying to speed things up. Also, look at all these ores in the floor. How long have these been here? I'm redecorating, not mining. But the available resources insist that I do both. Will I have enough nether brick to complete this, or will we be just barely short? 1 short. I hit the wrong button again. Make me 1 nether brick. You are out of lead. This can be fixed. More glass is coming. You certainly won't run out of glass. It's the obsidian that might be a concern. We will have to collect tons more lava to continue this arm of the project. That didn't take long. Here, more glass. What else am I going to use the pulverized obsidian for? We've made all the rods we need for now. Other than that, it's good for petrothium, which I can melt, and does nothing. It appears to do nothing. Alright, glass plate my floors, we are nearly done. I think, given how we got trapped and punched to death a couple of times by our captured demon, that maybe these areas should be cut a little higher. But the side with the defenses should kind of remain as is. Now I just need to wrap the rest of the room in more obsidian. And this should be done. And when it's done, we can get working on that hobgoblin labor camp. Which is going to require, of course, the hobgoblins in question. That's okay. I have not forgotten them. Hang on, this is... Alright, it begins one block away from this part. So, there's the part, there's the one block away. Here is where we begin our obsidian wall. Again, just use the empowered pickaxe. It's so much faster. What we are digging is explicitly 3 blocks tall. I should not have to agonize about how to do this. Gravel, on the other hand, bit of a pain. Doesn't agree with the whole stone thing. Misplaced obsidian blocks? No sweat. Our electric pickaxe is quite powerful. If I had the chisel mod installed, this would definitely be a job for it. The obsidian would look nicer. But I did not install that particular conceit. The ceiling, I'm not going to worry about the ceiling. Now, for demon summoning, it was the innermost circle is white with a protection circle that keeps the demon contained. The second circle is purple for transposing the villager that will be sacrificed for the ritual. Because better to lose a villager than multiple diamonds. And the outermost circle is red for the demon itself. I expect it to run at a 1. There. As for ingredients and required graspers, it is 2 for the protective circle. Monsters cannot leave. Transposition. Waystone, Taglock, Enderdew, Iron Axe. So 4 items for that. And then for summoning the demon, Evil, Blaze Powder, Pearl. And the villager doesn't exactly go on a grasper. So that's our grasper setup. We still have the villager tag locked. I don't remember which villager it was that we tag locked from our adjacent village, but he's on the chopping block now. I'll worry about the rest of the ingredients when I need to deal with a demon. For now, I think we're done with obsidian, at least for a little bit. But now I need to go hunting for hobgoblins. Oh, and I also have a zombie still. Can't have him in my net. He needs to leave the net. Let me get my sprig and go deal with this zombie. Meow to you too, cats. Alright, over here to the critter snare mutating pits. We place our 4 saplings. The zombie, who just needs to fall in that hole. And sprigged. That did not put the cobweb where it needed to be. We'll have to come back with another cobweb. Also, I need to spread out the Dimalias and do some gardening. We will get to the matter of the Hobgoblin in due time. I forgot the cobweb. I want to make more of these. We also have all this fanciful thread to be turned into other things later. Dreamweavers, more bottles of flowing spirit. Things that could be important, but aren't right now. There's also something else I'd like to do that could help with pretty much everything immensely. I think it's time to break into the superpowers market. Witchery has 3 superpower infusions. Very potent magics. In fact, so potent, the act of infusing them is guaranteed to be lethal. Fortunately, there are ways around this. Okay, we have seeds and seeds and seeds. Let's not accidentally destroy any of these, because these are all extremely valuable. Uranium 776, 787. Good. Origold 646. 647. Point of strength is tempting. 757. That's 3 points. Lapender 7810. 8910. I can't do better than that. And this is not even an improvement. 8810 on the red Stodendron. This is close to maxing out. 8810, no improvement. 9810, small improvement. Huh. Funny place for a skeleton to burn to death. And why are you upset? Nobody looked at you. Nobody hit you. I'm about to if you don't get out of here. There he goes. Daytime Endermen are very skittish. Redstone, lapis, gold, iron, and the Demalia are slow growers. Even at growth stage 10, they're very slow. We have all these plants, which I kind of don't want to mess with right now. I'm a bit gardened out for the moment. Although I could lob another grenade at these. That would be fine. Get right into the sprinkler. And whoosh. I think it is slowly spreading. We are very slowly making a mind trick profit. Okay. Now it's time to go find hobgoblins. I don't have a gas tier to make a fourth. Oh, it's not time to go find out. Well, yes. We find hobgoblins now. I'll fuss about superpowers after. Our egg situation's getting out of hand. I may want to put a void upgrade on this thing at some point. That's a very funny place for a dead skeleton. The fool. Oh, right. Sludge boiler. It seems to not quite be possible to fully light it. Well, maybe it is. Looks pretty well lit now, doesn't it? Anyway, we have some hunting to do. Hunting for hobgoblins. I don't have any idea where they tend to be. I think we saw some in this forested area. I remember seeing a few down south here in that forest. Let's just pick a forest and listen to their telltale high-pitched humming. Because they're kind of like villagers, just higher pitched because they're smaller. I could also now have conversations with coven witches if I felt like it. And the things that coven witches can do are potent, but they also tend to get themselves killed very stupidly. A lot. I think they basically use your altar as a semi-base of operations, and considering I have fires around my altar for very important fire-based purposes, they're likely to just end up standing in standing in the cauldron fire, standing in the witchy batteries where I have ember moss, and sure, they can drink fire resist potions to prevent themselves from burning to death. But that doesn't help them with the suffocation damage of stuffing their faces inside the cauldron itself. I guess while we're on the lookout for hobgoblins, maybe we could also keep an eye out for lava pools. We do need to farm more obsidian after all, at pretty much all times. But the number one issue right now is that we're just wandering over hill and dale looking for a rare mob. That's it. Not even wolves or other things that are known to exist this time. Just hobgoblins that could be anywhere. I see a white dot. I think that white dot is, yes, it's in the house. It's a Covenant Witch house. Well, I'm not terribly interested in recruiting a Covenant Witch, but we may as well ask what she wants. Bring me the means to control the dead. That would be a necromantic stone. The reason I'm making that a waypoint is that she won't repeat the quest. If I talk to her again, ever, it will count as accepting the quest, and she will never again tell me what the quest actually was. So I left that map marker there as a reminder for what it was she wanted me to do. Maybe we should be killing more pigs while I'm out, too. I mean, not as something we specifically target doing, like not going out of my way for pigs, but pig fat. We still need and will always need pig fat. So there's no sense in turning down pigs. All we really need right now is 2 hobgoblins. That's it. I hear lava. These stone blocks tell me that lava exists. Hello. I would like to scoop some bonus lava as part of one of my secondary objectives. We'll get a digger pouch, the pump, and the cans. Ow, ow, ow. I don't like being in the lava. Didn't do nearly as much damage as I expected it to. And it's not like I have fire protection here. Oh. It's stacking up the damage. And the damage is over. We live. I didn't really deserve to live. I mean, we jumped in a lava pocket. What the heck did I think was going to happen? Pardon me. Need that. Alright, let's just keep ourselves fed and let our health regenerate. And we can put this whole standing in a lava pocket thing behind us. It might be faster to room and explore from the air, but it's a lot harder to see mobs from the air. Especially a mob whose primary way of recognizing it exists is the fact that it makes noise. At the same time, could we just not be on the ground at night? Whoa! Owl familiar speed boost is definitely something. I don't know about more maneuverable. It seems to be exactly as much more maneuverable as it needs to be to compensate for the extra speed. So it's not really a maneuverability buff at all. It's just you're faster and have the control to control the higher speed, exactly as you would control the lower speed of a non-faster group. It's hard to explain. I don't have the words. Have we been here? No. I'm just going to ignore that. Oh, mana elementals. They are an Ars Magica 2 foe. They zap you and take mana away. They don't do all that much damage. But they have basically a hit scan attack. A lightning bolt. So it's not a projectile, there's no dodging it. What is interesting is that I'm seeing more wolves than I expect to. Now that we don't need them, they're everywhere. I will come down and scoop another lava pocket. I think the trees are a lost cause, but the lava at least is mine. Oh, we just barely had enough tank capacity to steal all the lava. Brilliant. Look at us, we're surrounded by wolves. There's a wolf pack northwest, one east, one south, one southeast. Where were all these wolves when we needed wolves? Strange. I wasn't aware this kind of taiga was a dry biome. Oh, it's not. There's a giant rubber tree blocking out the rain. That's, not something I've seen before. Ah, go away. I'm just gonna execute these wolves and hope I get some tongue of dog into the bargain. I seem to be getting wolf heads instead. Which, honestly, those are good too. Ah. Poisoned by the witch. I don't need a creeper hit squad. 4. And that guy. Well, that's another massive amount of damage. And we have one of these. Must be a zombie spawner. I can't see how those zombies would have appeared there any other way. At this rate, I'm going to corner the market on pork chops. It's a strange circular hole. Don't know what that's about. Hi. Random light mage. Alright, I saw a red dot in this direction that was not... It doesn't have a mob icon. So there's maybe 3 or 4 things that could be. And that is not at all what I expected it to be. You there. You're coming with me. That's 1. Oh, Mana Elemental. Wasn't expecting him. He's gone now. Giant hole. Definitely not expecting that either. Is there anything currently happening that I am expecting? Nope. My expectations are completely unmanaged right now. That is another slash in the world. Anyway, the good news is we found our first hobgoblin. And we know that they are red markers on the map. I expected to be looking for white. But oh well. Things are simply not as I expected them to be. We've also filled up our lava tanks. which is some more good progress. If I could just find a second hobgoblin, we could go back home. And then just let the hobgoblins repopulate themselves. Unfortunately, that is contingent on finding the second hobgoblin. And all I'm finding right now is more wolves. But also, strangely, more villages. Which is weird in its own way. I saw red dots. Those are not hobgoblins. They are, in their own way, more valuable. Ack! You slowed me. Now I can't reach you. Come down here so I can steal your rods. 2 rods. It'll have to do. Another fascinating example of not at all what I'm looking for. Oh, that is the noise of a hobgoblin. Where is it? You. I don't know why you're in a house. I don't know why you're in a village. But we got it. Second hobgoblin. We are good to go. Now I just need to point myself in the direction of home. That way. Find a good launching point. Wait. That's a third one. Is it in this house? Sounds like it. It is. We have our third hobgoblin. I wasn't expecting 3, but I'll take it. Who would have thought the hobgoblins would be in a village and not wandering around the woods in the wild where they're supposed to be? Don't need that potato. To the skies, and back home we go. Just need to get above the tree line. And by the power of Owl Familiar, we are speeding at. I think this is double speed. It feels like double speed. We got our lava, we got our hobgoblins. Feels like all is pretty well. Oh, and we spoke to a witch who wants a necromantic stone. Not something I can provide right now. Though I don't think they are super difficult to make with our current available resources. I just don't have one at the moment. Alright, bring ourselves back down to ground without ramming a cactus. And our 3 goblins go in the hobgoblin containment unit, which still needs 3 more doors. We'll get to that. Alright, boys. Welcome to your new, very boring home. You will notice, unless you are colorblind and I don't judge, that hobgoblins come in 2 colors, yellow pants and orange. Yellow pants, I believe, are the merchants, and I think orange, yeah, orange are the smiths. So we have one flavor that will sell tools for cobaldite, and one flavor that will accept cobaldite and gold to improve cobaldite. The orange ones are the ones that we desperately need. But we also need all of them. And let me see if I can do this. Does that help? I don't think that works. No. So these guys are just going to have to go into love mode at the same time on their own time. In the meantime, we can now work on superpowers. Excuse me, away from the gate. Nobody's leaving. The available superpowers in Witchery come in 4 flavors. In my opinion, only one of them is really worth all the effort. And the one I prefer is not the one that most people tend to. First, we gotta get everything here put away. Bees. Hunter stuff. Meat, eggs, wool, everything else goes in there. And then digger pack. We just stuff in there. Wool, snowballs are garbage. And the gold horse armor we can pulverize. We seriously get more gold from salvage than we do from ore. It's a little strange. Top off our battery here. Can I improve the battery further? Pay no attention to those recipes. I would need a resonant flux capacity. I would need enderium. So for the time being, no. 4 million is sufficient. Anyway, all of the Witchery superpowers have one thing in common. They kill you. They kill you immediately upon infusing yourself with them. There is, fortunately, a way around this. that is what we will be doing right now. Puppet shelf. 4 tombstone, 4 nether brick, and green wool. That'll be our nether bricks. Wool, which must be green. And 4 tombstones. Let's just make twice as many. It's always decent to have more of these things kicking around. It is diamond, magic, lava bucket. The first one stuffs the output because I need to get the bucket back. And then we just drain another 7 buckets of lava. Boom. Done. That is so much more convenient. We could do to refill this a bit. It accepts up to 10 buckets. This is an 8 bucket tank. I'll put 6 buckets worth in. There we go. And with the rest, we can make more obsidian. Adding some speed upgrades to this also wouldn't be too bad. Which I am strongly considering right now. But it might not be a good use of our time. Alright, there's our puppet shelf. The purpose of the puppet shelf is exactly what it says on the tin. You put puppets on the shelf. That's it. That's all it's for. What they don't tell you is that the puppet shelf also functions as a chunk loader, kind of, for 1 chunk worth of space. I'm not really sure what 1 chunk I want to load. In more hostile servers with the PvP element, this puppet shelf would be wise to hide. But that's not something I need to do when I'm playing all by my lonesome. The next thing we need is a death protection poppet. Basic poppets involve Spanish moss, bone needles, string, and wool. Very cheap to make. Then you empower them by combining them with a bunch of random materials, and finally activate them by combining them with a tag lock of the target. What we need for this is a drop of luck, diamond vapor, and gold. And honestly, the more of these I can make, the better. And the reason I say that is because we're down to our last drop of luck. I think we need more luck. The drop of luck recipe: Mandrake, Netherwort Tear, Refined Evil, Mutandis. Mandrake, Netherwort Tear, Refined Evil, Mutangus. I'm going to put on my brewing clothes, even though it won't matter. That's just good habits. And we won't need bottles, because this automatically bottles itself. Let me just make sure before I do something foolish. Cauldron. I should have known because it's 5 ingredients and not 6, but considering the expense, I figured we'd double check. We have 17,000 power in there. Maybe we'll get more than... well, let's just see how many we get. Five ingredients is a craft, not a brew, so it just automatically percolates. We got 3 and failed 1. I like that. And it drank all of our altar power, which was expected. I'm gonna make 2 of these. So that's 2 drops of luck, 2 diamond paper, 8 gold nuggets, and the last thing we need is to make 2 actual poppets. And finally the string to bind them all together. We're just sewing together a doll made of Spanish moss. 2 of them. Add the ingredients for effect. That is now 2 death protection poppets. These are not bound, which means they're not yet activated. In some other mods, you would right-click with them to activate them on yourself. That's not how this one works. What we need are empty tag lock kits. Just a bottle and a needle. Very simple. And to get our own tag locks, we shift right-click on our bed. This also works for other players. If you can find another player's bed, you can tag lock them without their knowledge. For the final step, we insert the tag locks into the dolls. That gives us 2 death protection poppets with our names on them. And there they go. This is the original Idol of Undying, Totem of Undying. Long, long before evokers and woodland mansions and totems of Undying, there was witchery and the death protection poppet. So what does it do? Well, the next time we die, and I don't mean about to die, I mean our hearts are gone and we should be passing on to the respawn screen, one of these dolls will be destroyed instead, and we will get a quick infusion of health and a few minor buffs intended to help us survive for the next second or 2. The next thing we need is to negotiate ourselves one of these 4 items: Ghost of the Light, Soul of the World, Spirit of Otherwhere, and Infernal Animus. Those are the 4 superpower potions. All of them are made in a kettle. All of them are made with redstone soup, which is a bit of a pain in the neck, but could be worse. Ghost of the Light gives you mastery over, weirdly, light. And not even real light, like holograms, kind of. It gives you powers that allow you to create short-lived force fields. It's very strange, and in my opinion, very weak. Soul of the World is the essence of the overworld, our current home dimension. It allows you to manipulate the ground and the earth and never take fall damage again. Tear up chunks of blocks, pull ore straight out of the stone. That is an enchanted golden apple, though, so that's a bit expensive. And it's also not my favorite. It's interesting, especially when you can cause giant rippling earthquakes to pass out across the land. But I don't much care for it. Infernal Animus starts out the weakest. It does for you, basically, nothing. You have the power to command other animals and monsters. Basically, one use of the power can charm the creature, and future uses of the power can either command it to move around, or you can sacrifice the creature and gain a temporary power based on it. This has a lot of power potential, but the sacrifices have to be managed. And it's just a level of nonsense that I don't care for. I like the Spirit of Otherwhere, which I consider to be, honestly, the simplest, because it's an infusion of the end, and it allows you to teleport. And my favorite power that it grants is the ability to teleport to a bookmarked location. This is our recall spell. This will allow us to teleport instantly home from anywhere in the same dimension. No matter how far I wander in the overworld, this will take us right back. So, let's get working. Redstone soup, Eye of Ender, an extended potion of speed. I've got a soup. We're going to need 2 Eyes of Ender overall, if I remember the recipe. So there's 1 for now, and 1 more for a little later. That extended potion of speed is, of course, water, nether wart, sugar, and redstone. Whoop. We'll just get this brewing. One of my drops of luck, the next Eye of Ender, and a wool of bat. So it looks like that's it. That's the recipe. I just need the potion of speed to be ready. Then we can make our Spirit of Otherwhere and worry about infusing it in a moment. Let me get my brewing clothes back on. Once again, it probably won't matter. But maybe it could. Who knows? We will find out. There's our extended potions of swiftness. The spares can go in here. Oh, I had some already. Whoops. I really should check my backup potion chest, or whatever I want to call that chest. It's mostly dyes, but also a little bit miscellaneous. Alright, right on target over the kettles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spirit of Otherware ready for bottling. Witching clothes or no, I get 2 per batch. Which is why we multiply the batches by flagrantly cheating. Because these infusions have a weakness. They only last until you die. So the next time we just so happen to die with this power, we lose the power. So what we're going to do right now is summon another demon, just to make use of these circles before we infuse ourselves. And have to change the circles. So we need Evil Blaze Powder Pearl. Evil Blaze Powder Pearl. And that's for the Summoning Demon step. For the Protection step, Slime Ball Redstone. And for the Villager's Summoning step, Waystone, Enderdew, Iron Axe, and the tag lock is already down there. Where are all my Waystones? They're in my backpack. Waystone, Enderdew, Iron Axe. I still don't know what the Iron Axe is meant to represent. It seems to me to be a very strange ingredient for a teleportation spell. And the fourth ingredient in this row for the villager teleportation is the tag lock kit, but that's already downstairs. And, funnily enough, in the wrong place. So this is for the villager summoning component. This is for the containment component. And this is for the sacrificing the villager and summoning a demon component. I think we're ready. The last thing I might need is to have my brews on hand. And I don't see any brews. This is the one I wanted. My gas brews of poison. This will mess up that demon if he decides to play me dirty. Alright, let's see if we can summon a man to buy some demon hearts from. I'll just hide back here. Why did that fail? The villager in question must not be villagery enough or something. I honestly don't know what the problem is. Maybe the villager this specific tag lock kit is for was already killed in a previous summoning. That is certainly possible. I need to make another tag lock kit. I also don't know if this kit is reusable. It is. So I don't need to make another tag lock kit, I can just use this one. So I need to find and target a villager for sacrificial purposes. Whoa, there's a lot going on right now. Ah, no, stop. Everything needs to stop. They just combo attacked me. And all it really accomplished was it prevented me from stopping this explosion. Excuse me. Leave the villagers alone. I need them. Oh, this guy buys pork chops. I need to keep him alive, actually. And bring some pork chops over to sell. How about you? Are you useful? Buy beef. Oh! Do not explode my villagers. I decide who lives and who dies. Apparently I need to get my hunter's pack. And grab a bunch of pork chops and beef. Though not all of them. We'll need some later. Also, can we just take a nap? If it's not nighttime, then we won't have to deal with all the monsters trying to collect the villager. Also, is this village practically out of villagers? You, excuse me. Yes. Give me onwards. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. We've got the second villager here. He's got the pork chop. He's buying park. And he's done buying pork. Good enough. You two can live. You're useful. Are they the only villagers left in the village? Where did all the other villagers go? I didn't sacrifice everybody. They must have pulled a Rona, wandered off in the woods, and disappeared. Also, didn't I have this dug out? This is the guy... Oh no, I'm thinking of the dream world. I sold wheat to a guy in that house in the dream world, not in this world. Or the beef guy. I'm gonna sacrifice the beef guy. Apparently I should be sacrificing the pork guy since he's chosen to live in a hole. But I guess he's made his life choices. It's life in a hole for the pork butcher. Whatever he wants to do, man. I'll just harvest these diamond nuggets. Let that regrow. Because we're not doing gardening. We're not doing any more gardening. Right. Main level, so I can put these diamond nuggets away. Along with the emeralds. Along with all of this meat. Hunter's pack, full of mob stuff. Okay. Now we are ready to summon a demon again, and see if we can sneakily trade with the irritating monster. Take 2. Demon in the blast-proof room. Villager, check. He's fleeing. It won't help him. Demon, check. We'll worry about what to trade with him in a second. Because I'm going to need a Devil's Tongue charm, made from a Polynesia charm, and that requires a skeleton skull, which we don't have. So, rather than attempting to use a charm to trade with him safely... Hello? I'm going to be sneaking around the corner to trade with him dangerously, as he punches me in the face. Magma Cream for Demon Hearts. And a bunch of enchantments I don't care about. Magma Cream for Demon Hearts is an incredible deal. Let me just make a whole bunch of Magma Cream. There is no way he's going to let me trade tons of times for this, but I'm going to try. Because Demon Hearts are extremely valuable. Alright. Hello? Right this way. I would like to sneakily trade with you around this corner. only give me 2, and now he's trying to blow the place up. The good news is, he can't blow the place up. We blast-proofed it. Efficiency, efficiency, projectile, knockback, knockback. We don't really care about any of these. Although this would be pretty cool. A Silk Touch book, and that might reset his trades. We have no reason not to try. I already had Magma Cream. Durr. Hello? Yes. Blaze rods for this book. And he exploded for no good reason. And he won't give us any more hearts. Alright then. Your usefulness to us is ended. Have a bottle. That's not how that's supposed to work. I said have a bottle. Would you come over here where more of the poison is? Thank you. Whoa! He tried. Oh, that's what happened to the last bottle. We accidentally placed it. I want that bottle. I want him to not blow up my bottle. He sure has a lot of health that can be poisoned away. Give me my bottle. Ow, ow, ow. He's almost dead, though. Alright, I think all we have to do now is the last hit on him. That means not hitting the invisible barrier that protects us from him. So all I have to do is run in there and stab the demon. Hello. Stab. We got one more heart out of it. And the phylactery is slightly more filled. Next thing we're doing is the superpower infusion. That is here, I believe. Rite of Infusion. Spirit of Otherwhere. 2 purple circles. And only the spirit and nothing else. I can do that. We will break the red circle. And start drawing the innermost circle to be purple. There. The last thing I need to keep in mind is that it costs something like 3,000 altar power. 3,000 altar power should not be a big deal. We have it, even after the demon summoning stuff. So it's time to stuff ourselves full of ender magic. This is gonna hurt. Technically, I just died. One of our death protection puppets is now gone. I'm going to keep one demon heart in storage. That doesn't go there. It goes here. This goes back downstairs. And these I am planning to put as far away in here as I can get away with, so I don't have to listen to them. Because they are noisy. I can eat them? I don't want to eat them. Can we not eat the demon hearts? That's ridiculous. Okay, so let me just make sure here. 17770. I'm going to put them back here. $18,170. That is within range, and they are charging the altar. I just don't want to hear that heartbeat noise, but I can't place them any further away from the altar, or they won't work. There's the book. Back to the main level, and I think I'm going to close down somewhat early today. But before we do, our witch's hand is going to be used to mark this location, which is crouch, hold right click. Recall point set. Now if we crouch and just right click, we will teleport back here at the cost of some of that new power bar on the left side of the screen. This witch hand is now our teleport home button. Very useful to have. It has some other powers, but they are frankly weird and not really worth going into. Like I can click a monster to teleport with the monster up into the sky. I suppose I can also hold right click while standing to teleport short or long distances, but I'm not a huge fan of that ability. Oh good, these guys are also multiplying. So, when we come back tomorrow, I can actually build the labor camp for them. And there is one last thing I want to do before we go. I'm adding those 2 doors. Sorry, it was 3 doors. Let me just bump. Now that bar on the left can be recharged a couple of different ways. The typical way is with a ritual circle that uses a potion of regeneration to trigger it, to activate it. So that makes it a good ritual to make a permanent circle for somewhere other than the ritual setup I have downstairs. Somewhere, I don't know, over here maybe, where I could just stand in the circle and recharge passively. There are other ways, I think, that involve potions. We'll worry about that another time. For now, goals complete. Hobgoblins populating. Next step is to make a labor camp for them and farm koboldite. I will see you then.